Hello, my name is Anthony Williams. I'm from Laverne, California. I am 25 and I work at Foothill Bible Church as their maintenance and coordinator for anything on campus and as well as setting up for Sunday services. My dad took me out for the first time when I was 14. He had a work charity tournament, I believe at Valencia Country Club. Didn't know anything about golf at the time, and I was his fourth in a four-man scramble, and I could hit the ball everywhere but straight. But seeing how proud my dad was at the end of the day really inspired me to pursue it. I didn't have any type of baseball background. I didn't know how to really swing that much, and it was a really fun experience, albeit very humbling. It was confusing, hitting a stationary object, trying to guide the ball. The control aspect wasn't there for me at the time. I didn't know how to generate speed with how little weight I have. It was a lot of unknown territory, and my dad was trying to guide me as we went along the tournament, and I ended up liking it. Practicing aspect didn't come along until 18 to 20 years of age. That's when I started doing some digging and found out that you could actually play in college. So I started pursuing the practice aspect of that side, trying to perfect my form. So I was attending Chaffey College for my AA and AS. When I completed the 2-year program, I had a 8-month window for me to transfer from Chaffey to Cal State. So through that time, I was working a warehouse job just to fill in the time, make some money, and practicing for those 8 months. And come to find out, Cal State San Bernardino had a golf team, and I was emailing both coaches, and then COVID happened in 2020. And as far as I'm aware, that whole program just was at a halt. All the current players remain those players for the season. From my understanding, they weren't accepting anybody new. And that really shot down my dreams, my hopes and dreams and expectations for what I could pursue in college. Instead of just attending the classes, I wanted to be a part of something special, which was to be a part of the team, to play, travel, have that camaraderie with like-minded individuals. All that felt like it was stripped away from me when I was going to college. It kind of made me angry. I was upset, but I refocused that anger towards the golf ball. I wanted to prove myself that I was actually worth it during a time where nobody was really budging with the roster changes. I didn't know at the time that it would be a couple years shut down or very limited access for those couple years that I was at Cal State San Bernardino. So my hope was, hey, a couple months, maybe I get my game better, I can qualify. Turns out it ended up lasting the whole time that I was there. But I just kept pushing and pushing, try to get better. I was looking at their current roster, and my goal was to slowly chip away at their best scores, their average rounds. And that was my motivation, was like, hey, if the pandemic kind of clears up, at least I could say, hey, I'm better than XYZ. I saw on Instagram, it was an Instagram ad, that there was a private indoor simulator 2 minutes from my doorstep. I didn't believe it, and I was thrown away by the 24/7 aspect of it. As someone who's in the working field, 8 to 5, I have maybe 2 hours left at the end of the day to practice outdoors. So once I found out it was on a membership basis, I quickly signed up. The dream is alive again. I could start pursuing my game to push myself to a higher standard than I was originally. It was through Golf Envy. It was actually through the owner, Ryan. Ryan had invited me to a open qualifier that he had selected, most of which were fairly intimidating to look at. They all were well-experienced outdoor golfers, some college, some not. And I felt like I was a minnow in a pool of sharks. I trusted my work that I've put into it all those months, and I ended up qualifying for their team, and the rest is history, I guess. I was surprised, but at the same time, I somewhat anticipated it. The way golf was going after COVID, you saw a huge spike of interested individuals that wanted to get into the game, that were growing the game. I had seen indoor simulators before, none of this nature, none as complex. I wasn't shocked at all I was glad that it had occurred because this is a way of growing the game in a good way. Everybody's interested, everybody's invested, and with a prize pool of that nature, it really helps grow the game of skilled golfers, ones that are willing to put in the time and effort, ones that are willing to respect the game for what it is. Currently, I'm working on renovating my kitchen, and the remainder of the money set aside will be for windows in the house, but I wouldn't mind spending a couple more $1,000 on myself with a couple new watches maybe in the future. I don't know, if the wife approves. I enjoy the challenge of having a larger field. There's so much talent out there in the US. Excited to see what talent GolfZone brings to the table when qualifiers are said and done. The larger field is what's really gonna grow my game, the games of others, and I feel like the field is just gonna keep growing stronger and stronger as time goes on, hopefully. It's exciting in the sense that I get to show and prove to the people that doubted me that there is financial gain in the thing that I am most passionate about, which is golf. They were basically shooting me down, saying that, look, you're never gonna be one of these guys on TV. Like, that's not gonna happen, look at you. And so in the words of Michael Jordan, I took that personally. But having now proven that I am capable of making some money on the side with golf, I think that having a larger purse solidifies the level of play out there. And Lord willing, if I do win it with my team, this is gonna be something that has even more, I would say, a newfound respect in the golf realm. I look back at all the practice sessions and the mental lows of thinking that I couldn't make it. I think the one thing that really sticks out are the people that stood by me the whole way. My mom was one of the largest supporters of pursuing it, and this is well before GolfZone ever occurred, or my skill level for one, and the GolfZone Tour being around. My mom and my wife are the ones that I owe it all to. Without them, I would have probably given up just due to doubt and insecurities of my own game. And having those people by my side throughout this whole golf career that I've had, you know, looking back at it, it's something special. You know, I wouldn't give that up for anything.